So, what if life was actually a game? And I mean a game you could win. We're about to dive into a framework that basically gives you the map. It's called Human 3.0, and it is all about how you can level up in this kind of crazy modern world. And this quote from the creator of the model, Dan Coe, just gets right to the heart of it. Multidimensionally jacked. That's not just about hitting the gym. It's about maxing out your stats in every single area of your life. Your mind, your money, your relationships, the whole shebang. It's about refusing to be just one thing.
And that really leads to this big question, right? Do you ever feel like a non-player character, an NPC, just running on a script? You wake up, you do the things you're supposed to do, you follow the path that was kind of laid out for you, but you have this nagging feeling that there's a much bigger game out there you could be playing. That feeling? That's our starting line. Okay, so how do you break free from that script? How do you go from being an NPC to being the main character of your own story? Well, the old guides, the old self-help books, they're not going to cut it. You need a new map, one that's actually designed for the world we live in today. And that is exactly what Human 3.0 is all about. What's so smart about this approach is how it points out the big flaw in all the old models. Think about it. Most self-help is totally siloed. You've got your business gurus over here, your spiritual teachers over there, your fitness coaches in another corner. But life doesn't work like that, does it? A problem at your job spills into your health, which then messes with your relationships. It's all connected. So the solution has to be something that brings it all together. And that's Human 3.0. It pulls from psychology, philosophy, business, all these different fields to create one single unified map. A map that helps you see the big picture of your own life and how all those different pieces actually fit together. All right, so let's actually explore this map. It's built on 4 foundational quadrants. Just think of these as the main territories you've got to navigate and master. They're the core domains that, together, make up a complete, well-rounded life. Okay, so what's so crucial here is this balance, right? Between the personal and the collective, the internal and the external. You've got your mind. That's your private, inner world of thoughts. Then you have your body. That's how you physically exist and act in the world. On the other side, you've got spirit, which is all about your connection to community and culture. And finally, vocation. That's your role in the big systems, like your career and the economy. Looking at all 4 means you don't have any major blind spots. So, we've got the territories on the map, but how do you actually move through them? See, it's not just about where you are, it's about how developed you are within each area. And the model calls this your player progression, and it breaks it down into 3 distinct levels. Here's how it all builds. Most of us start at level 1.0, the conformist. This is all about following the rules you were given. Thinking is very black and white. Then you might break out into level 2.0, the individualist. This is where you reject the rules to carve out your own path and chase your own success. But the real endgame? That's level 3.0, the synthesist. This is someone who can see the value in multiple perspectives and can actually blend them to create something totally new. They don't just follow the rules or break the rules, they create better ones. And this brings us right back to that gaming analogy, which just makes it all click. The level 1 conformist, that's the NPC, just running their script. The level 2 individualist is the player, actively choosing their questline. But the level 3 synthesist, that's the creator. That's the game developer who designs entirely new worlds for other people to play in. And listen, you don't just magically jump between these levels. The process of leveling up is a real thing. It usually starts with dissonance, that feeling that your current way of doing things just isn't working anymore. That feeling pushes you into a period of uncertainty where you start exploring new ideas, which hopefully leads to discovery. That's when you integrate that new knowledge and finally ascend to the next level. Okay, so we've got the quadrants and we've got the levels. Now for the really powerful part, putting it all together to map your own unique player profile. This is where all that theory becomes a super practical tool for self-awareness. The best way to really get this is to just walk through an example. Let's imagine a person and plot out their development across the 4 quadrants and see exactly where they stand right now. So check out this profile. This person is highly developed in their mind, almost at that creator level, super insightful. But then you look at their body and spirit, and they're kind of operating at level 1, maybe neglecting their physical habits, holding on to old beliefs without really questioning them. And in their vocation, their career, they're a solid level 2, a skilled pro, playing the game really well, but maybe not creating a new one just yet. So what's their overall score? The model would classify this person as a human 2.0. Now you might be wondering why, since some areas are a 1. It's because that drive in their career, that level 2 individualist mindset, is what's really defining their current stage of life. It gives us a quick snapshot of their dominant level of development.
And this overall profile, that's called your metatype. What's so amazing about this is that it's not a static label, like a personality test that just tells you who you are. No way. It's a dynamic snapshot. It shows you exactly where you're killing it and, maybe more importantly, where your next big opportunity for growth is hiding.
And that right there is the most important thing to take away from all of this. This isn't about judging yourself or trying to fit into some box. It's a map. It's a tool to help you understand your own journey, to see where you've hit a plateau, and to intentionally chart a course toward becoming that more complete, multidimensionally jacked version of yourself. So as we wrap this up, the map is laid out right in front of you. You can see the path from NPC to player to creator. The only real question left is the one you have to answer for yourself. What kind of player are you going to choose to be?